Maybe you just think that women should be equally represented in the decision-making fora of our nation. Maybe that's really just about having proper equality in a body that's meant to be representative.
Well, I do believe that women should have... I don't understand your question, I guess.
I guess you don't. That's pretty obvious, unfortunately.
Well, how about if you phrase it more clearly, instead of just insulting me? 99.9% of bricklayers are men. Should we have quotas for women?
Is bricklaying representative democracy?
That has nothing to do with the question. The question is if there's evidence of structural inequality and oppression because women aren't precisely represented at 50% in all professions at all levels, then why don't we have a conversation about having women represented in all professions at all levels? Why do we talk about the C-suite, for example? Why do we talk about politics and positions of power? Why don't we talk about it across the board?
Okay,
Yeah, but that's because it's power.
All my back, all my legs, the lot, and I ended up in hospital because she won't let me out of the house.
It's not funny though. Can I tell you why it's not funny? If this was the other way around and a woman was sat here and a bloke had locked her in a flat and she had to jump out and injured herself, you lot would not be laughing. Somehow, if it happens to a bloke, that's funny. That's not funny, is it?
The power a white woman has in the legal system is fucking atrocious, especially if you're not a white, like if you're a white man yourself, you're still fucked, but if you're like a minority man, you are fucked. If a white girl wants you to be in jail or some shit, bro, you are fucked. The police, society, all these little white knights, all everyone else around you will believe the white woman over you 9.9 times out of 10.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
Not a lot, and that should change.
Why should that change? What do you want to do? Do you want to throw the trash out? Do you want to go dig it in the mines and get exploded? Do you want to go fight wars? No, the hell you don't. You just think it should change because you're feminist brainwashed, bro.
It should change because I should have as much power as a man. Okay, why? Because I want it. Really? No.
Society set us up.
Society.
Hey, yo, am I tripping? Or did we just witness sexual assault? I mean,
you're not tripping.
Ladies walked into a complete stranger's place of work and start rubbing their genitals on them.
Right.
Could you imagine if the roles were reversed? Hey, y'all don't hear me. Stay safe.
I hear you, young scholar. I hear you very loud and clear. Can you imagine how quickly security would be on him? The cops would be called. Oh, God. He'd be labeled a sex offender. The social consequences for men versus women out in public are ridiculously different. That's why I think that it's important that we review content like this, because no matter how much that you can talk about it, reviewing actual shit of it actually happening will finally get people to understand, which is really one of the true biggest values of channels just like this. Get your goddamn BBL and your green throw-up colored hair off of me.
I've heard these phrases a lot and my ears are beginning to ache. Women are oppressed, the patriarchy is evil, masculinity is toxic, women are victims, women get paid less than men for the same work. These narratives don't bear a close resemblance to the facts. Did you know that men and women have similar mortality rates for prostate and breast cancer? Yet 6 times more money is spent on researching breast cancer. 85% of homeless people in the US are men. Men get far longer prison sentences than women for exactly the same crime. In divorce, men are more often left financially broken, with little or sometimes no access to his own children, while family law enriches the mother at the man's expense no less. Men, by a wide margin, enter more dangerous professions by becoming roofers, firefighters, law enforcement officers, miners, and soldiers. A whopping 94% of workplace injuries are men. Men also commute further and work longer hours than women do. So, while men do often earn more, it's because men take on riskier, and therefore higher paying roles, often trying to buy their way, like the good little better bucks they are, to female approval and love. 24 of the Fortune 500 companies are led by female CEOs. So, the state of California, to equalize outcomes but without equality of effort or merit, passed a law in 2018 to force publicly traded companies to put more women on the boards of directors. Yet, there is no such push to get more women into coal mines, offshore drilling, or on garbage trucks. In situations where a parent is required to pay child support to the other parent, men are twice as likely as women to pay child support. Yet, unlike the disparaging term deadbeat dad, there is no similar mainstream female equivalent. Perhaps deadbeat mom? More than twice as many men are victims of violent crimes compared to women, and men are also 3 times more likely to be murdered. Boys are taught in a female-centric school system. From the earliest grades, schools do a better job educating girls. Women now earn a majority of associate, bachelor, master's, and doctoral degrees, and their share of college degrees increases almost every year. In every TV sitcom and commercial, men are portrayed as incapable of doing anything right, while women are praised and celebrated. If you go anywhere in public with your kids, you're seen as a predator pedo. Stay-at-home dads are lazy losers, but stay-at-home moms are empowered heroes. Women can beat us up all they want, but if we hit back, we're monsters. If a woman gets angry at a man, it's his fault. If you and a girl both get drunk and have sex, only one can be accused of assault. Women don't get blamed for dumping a man. When a man dumps a woman, he's afraid of commitment. It's not okay to think a girl is too overweight, but it's okay for her to think guys are too short. Feminists are trying to belittle men and put women above men. They do not want to only end the supposed patriarchy, they want to turn the world into a matriarchy. Feminists are fighting for power. They call masculinity toxic. They perpetuate myths like male privilege, patriarchy, and wage gap. They don't care for equality, they just want to spread hatred and misandrism. They crush and cancel events if they don't like them, like International Men's Day, while at the same time hypocritically fighting for freedom of speech. They'd fight for things like walking around topless. They go on walks dressing half naked and complaining about harassment. They're not fighting for work, suffrage, reproductive rights, and all those things. They already have them, they just want to have more privileges. What are the rights that men have and women do not? If we live in a patriarchal society, where did all these laws come from that protect women and punish men? If the wage gap really exists, if women are capable of doing just as good a job with less money, won't it make sense for a company to hire all women? The feminist movement is not now and never was about equality. It is about power. Feminists are fighting men and trying to put them down. You can't have equality and be a protected class. You get to choose one or the other. Personally, I believe modern world femininity is a threat to gender equality. That's all for today. Don't forget to show some love by clicking the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time.